Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Howard Company's Branding, Signage, and Technology podcast. Today, we are talking about brand loyalty and the evolution of it for any kind of business. But today, I am with Yolanda, our purchasing manager, and Katie, our customer service account manager. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
Two new guests on the podcast. So last episode, we talked about the role of first impressions. And really, if somebody's driving by a restaurant, convenience store, how can signage and technology draw them into that business if they weren't intending to? So what kind of things stand out on the exterior of the business? Once that customer's in, how do we keep them? Both of you work with a lot of our customers or vendors on a daily basis. So what keeps customers coming back? I guess I'll just leave that open to start.
I think, excellent customer service is one of them.
For sure.
And being treated like you're important and not just another number.
Yeah.
Good customer service, because that is huge. Sometimes when you pull into a, let's say, just any kind of drive-through area, and you look at their menu board, because what we do, and you look at their menu board, and if they're like missing a strip, like if their graphic is out of place or the door is open or something, you're just like, really? So do they not care enough to fix their menu board and come out and make sure that you're going to get a good experience in the drive-thru and place your order to come back? But right away that makes me think, well, if you don't care about this, what makes me think you're going to care about the order I'm about to place with you?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, cleanliness is a huge thing for me, especially and outdated.
Yes.
So my husband always makes fun of me because he always wants to go to those little hole-in-the-wall places because they usually have good food, and I will give that to him. But if it's not clean and it looks super outdated, I have a hard time even going there.
If you go to a restaurant of any sort, the first place you should go is their bathroom. Because if that's clean, then that's going to tell you something.
So you hit on a little bit with, what we do, branding, signage, and technology.
Mm-hmm.
I do like your point of, nowadays, people really have to treat their menu board, their drive-through, like their number one salesperson.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And what they invest into it. So if they're not investing a lot, if they're not caring for it, I think it's more the care and like the updates.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, again, what kind of effort are you putting into the customer experience?
Right.
So,
especially if it looks like it's from 1980.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're kind of apologetic, which you don't get very often, but if they're like, oh, sorry about the menu board, or, we're going to get that fixed. But sometimes, following that, also customer service, you hit that on the head. If you get really good customer service and they're really like Culver's, I have to give Culver's credit, because I think Culver's has always been one of those places where you can go. They give you great customer service, and I had an experience where we placed an order, my family did, and we went and picked it up, got it home, and I was looking so forward to chicken strips. And I opened the container, and lo and behold, I got pretzel bites. Mind you, I love pretzel bites, but when you're looking forward to the chicken strip, it's a little disappointing. So right away, my daughter's like, oh, my husband's looking at me like, oh, what is she going to do now? And and I'm like, pick up the phone. I give him a call. And I know our Culver's in McWanago is awesome. This is a shout out to you guys. And they apologized and took my name and my address and said they would send me a little coupon in the mail. And really, or do you want to come pick it up? Well, no, I'm already home now. I'm going to have to eat these pretzel bites. But they were good, actually. So it was worth it. But my husband's like, oh, you're probably not going to get a coupon. Well, 3 days later in the mail, there was a coupon. It was awesome.
So how long ago was that?
This was probably a month ago.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty recent.
Because I was wondering, again, from a restaurant or even a store, whatever type of business it is, what are some of the things that you remember long after a purchase and keeps you coming back that way?
That kind of customer service, I think. That, everybody makes mistakes. Let's be real. Everybody makes mistakes. So that's probably a good example of that. It's like they're going to make a wrong right. And I think that goes a long way with a lot of people. If you're unhappy with something, and some people can really go overboard with being unhappy, but if they make it right, I think that's awesome. That would make me come back and think, okay, well, they made it right, so I'm going to give them another shot. So I usually do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always going the extra mile.
Yeah.
I mean, I know sometimes it doesn't allow you to in the restaurant business, but like your favorite coffee shop. When you roll up and
What's your favorite coffee shop?
Or we know my favorite. But I can pull up and they'll right away, hi Katie, you want your usual?
Oh, I love that.
That's
when
awesome.
They know your name.
That makes you want to go back.
Yes, it does.
It's
just because they're
personalized
nice.
experience.
Yes.
I mean, even from a marketing standpoint, I think the brand loyalty has changed so much where, when we send out emails, yes, most people know it's a mass market email or whatnot, but I think for the most part, even with it, you want to personalize it to the person, their job title, what their hobbies, interests are, what they're actually looking at, so that they'll actually read it. It's not another spam email in their inbox. I think also going back to the branding, signage, and technology part of this, you think about, the advantages of canopies with lighting and if you're in a drive-through dark at night
you want
and not
it
feel
bright.
comfortable,
Yeah, you want it bright.
that drive-through has a light, so you go back.
Yeah.
From a technology standpoint, I think you and I were talking about this earlier. It's, if you offer many different ways to order,
Yep.
I think that also builds loyalty. Kiosks, voice AI.
I think it also caters to this certain different generations too,
Yes.
because for me, I love just being able to go through a drive-through, but like some people, even my 25-year-old son says, no, people should be talking to people and having that communication. So
wow, the kiosks are interesting because those, for me, going in with my 21-year-old, and we'll go into her favorite restaurant, and you're getting ready to order, and the guy behind. Now this is another way of looking at customer service. He didn't look like he wanted to be bothered. He clearly was like, I'll be with you in a minute unless you'd like to use that kiosk over there. And then, of course, my daughter was like, well, let's just use the kiosk, Mom. Which was like, okay. So she kind of looked at me and she's like, Mom, there's a kiosk right over there. And I really try to avoid those things because I know I'm going to have to be like, okay, click, click. So then she gets on and she's like, click, 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 done. So then there it is. Yeah. I think that's great.
Yeah, I like
but
that.
I personally like could I get the number 4 with extra mayo and, so I like that one, so I know that they've got it, but I guess it doesn't matter either way. But I think the kiosk, after she kind of showed me up on that, I thought that was a really, it's a good way of doing things because either way you're getting your order. But I'm just more old school that way, where I like that. I'm going to walk up to you, you're going to take my order. But I guess technology really is, has come a long way. That's why the 21-year-old keeps me pretty much in touch with what's going on these days.
That's why we all keep you in check.
That's true. Everybody tries to keep you in check. It's a hard task. But.
And I think you can also use, signage and whether it's printed graphics or digital to advertise loyalty programs and rewards. So truly the loyalty aspect. Do you expect loyalty to go both ways? So if you show loyalty to a business, that they should show you loyalty back? Yep. And if it's yes, how can that be shown beyond discounts and perks?
For me, it's not about the discounts and perks. It's more feeling comfortable going to that place and feeling important.
Yeah. It's an experience.
Yeah. So, and I think if a company treats you like you're a loyal customer, you tend to just be a loyal customer back. Yeah. You can't, it's somewhere where you want to go. There was this place that we used to go to when we had fish. I'd always go there because they knew who we were, even though we weren't in there very often, and they were always super helpful, and not just help you with what you wanted, they taught you things. Yeah. Even today, it's still the best customer service I've ever had.
I didn't know if I could contribute from beyond the camera.
A customer
service story. I was at Einstein Bagels, which was near my college, so I'd go there pretty frequently. And one day when I'd forgotten my wallet, they were just like, "Oh, it's no trouble." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not gonna get my food, obviously. I'm gonna head out." And they're like, "No, it's already made. Your name's Kelsey, right?" And they're like,
nice.
"We're just gonna take down your name. Come in with money next time."
Wow,
Yeah.
that was
No,
really
and they're like,
impressive.
"Enjoy your food." So
You must have spent a lot of time there.
I went there at least once a week, and
Wow.
they're very kind, and so they were
And
like,
trustworthy. So that,
well, and that was an upsell because they're like, you can pay next time you're here. We know you'll be back another time.
yes, nice.
And they were right.
Yes, that would make me go back too.
Yeah.
But just even knowing
Yeah.
who you are, just to, acknowledge that and say, "Oh, you're Kelsey. We'll see you next week. So just pay us when you come back."
As convenient as kiosks are, that's one of those human experience things.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
Another episode we have coming up in the next couple of weeks is consistency across locations. Actually, it's going to be into the new year, but it is with Kelsey, and it's talking about even if it's a chain of some sort, how you show consistency across the customer experience, so that it keeps coming back. And
Right.
I'm always impressed by, just hitting on a little bit, is how these big chains value like the local scene. Mm-hmm. Like you go into a lot of businesses and they're like, "Hello, Brookfield. Hello, Milwaukee."
Oh, okay.
And it's like,
Or local sports.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I appreciate the conversation. We do end with a fun question.
Oh, boy.
Fun answer to your question.
This will get us giggling.
So before we do that, just remember that if you want to stay up to date with these podcast episodes, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Our Company, and we have all these podcasts listed on there. So just subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified when a new episode is released. But so kind of transitioning from loyalty to this fun question, we're entering the biggest shopping weekend of the year.
Ooh, yeah, Black Friday.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
But I love the Black Friday, getting out and having to stand in that line sometimes, and being able to
drives
touch and
me
feel.
nuts.
Oh, love it. Love it.
I used to like it.
Love it.
Now that I'm older, though, I'm just like, done.
Yeah.
Done.
So do you go to stores that you're loyal to, or
Yes.
do you go to stores that you're like, "Oh, I don't go here often, but I know they have deals on
Yes.
Black Friday"?
I'm going to say yes to both. If they've got good deals, usually like to scan everything first, but my loyalty will be like to the certain stores that I typically go to on Black Friday, and depending on when they open, and then depending on the sale, but mostly loyalty to, and if I have a coupon.
Yo's a hardcore shopper.
Do you shop for yourself or others on Black Friday?
Both. You have to shop for
Daughter.
both. Sometimes she'll come
You
with
make
me.
it sound like you're trying to convince yourself to shop for others.
Yeah, I do. Brian, I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, oh, Black Friday's coming. What am I going to end up buying myself?
So are you more of an online shopper?
I'm more online shopper, definitely. I don't even remember the last time I was in Walmart.
Oh, ick.
Really? I rarely go to the store.
Oh.
So groceries, do you like pick up?
Groceries I do pick up.
Okay.
I think COVID changed me.
Yeah.
I do enjoy going to the garden shop, garden store.
Because you can go and see and touch and
Oh yeah, I
feel
want to
and
play
do
with-
whatever.
I want
Yes.
to check out all the flowers.
But that's how I am with everything, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm to the point where, like, I'm in a store and walking through and everything has to be, like, felt. My daughter's like, "Mom, stop touching everything."
So
You're like a little kid.
Yeah, I am.
so Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whether it's in store or online, do you have like a set list or do you explore?
A set list of items we need to buy, or
Yeah.
a set list
Yeah.
of people to buy for?
Well,
A set list of things you want to buy.
put it in perspective. I have a set list, but then I get derailed. Squirrel.
Yeah.
Then, okay, yeah. Then I have to buy that.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. Okay,
Can you
this
tell me
is
where
really
they're selling
good.
squirrels?
Yeah, right, exactly. Where it's like, oh. So I start with a list, but it goes all over the place. But I do online shopping. What's sad is, like, Kohl's, I have to say this, they'll be like, "Oh, we have online starting the week before Black Friday." So I'll do that shopping first.
And then you go to Kohl's still?
Everybody does that.
See, yeah. So
Not me.
Not a bad
I'm
thing.
like,
with the
I'm not gonna
list-
stand in that line. I'm ordering all the things I need right now, and then I'm done.
That's terrible, doesn't it? Sound terrible?
So you go out on Black Friday.
Yep.
First thing in the morning, have you ever gone on Thanksgiving night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
have done
yeah.
that.
So Thanksgiving question. What's the most underrated and most overrated dish?
Cranberry.
I love cranberries.
Blech.
I'm
It has to be the jelly
I'm not a
ones,
cranberry.
though, not with the
See,
hole in there.
people are, yeah.
Cranberries.
I am not a fan of the cranberry.
well,
think
I
that's
love-
just like.
I love all the fixings. Turkey is overrated to me. I mean, I
love
eat
it
some,
all.
but mostly I like all the fixings.
Stuffing, I love it. Stuffing is probably my favorite, and then the gravy smeared all over
And some
everything.
rolls.
Yes,
dipped
and then a
in.
bun dipped in it.
Okay, controversial question.
Okay.
Is mac and cheese a Thanksgiving food?
No.
I don't think so.
But my go-to would be the mashed potatoes, gravy, and the stuffing. And then, of course, you have your chutney. Oh, it's good. But that cranberry,
I love that.
no.
It's a family thing.
It's
for
like
us.
open the can and go,
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Okay.
you gotta chill it before you can put it out.
whatever. Either way, it's still coming out of the can, right?
Yeah.
No.
Well, thank you for joining me.
That's it?
Yeah.
But we should say hi to everybody who watches this because I'll get like a phone call or a text or a message where somebody's like, wow, Yolanda, you still work at the Howard Company. I'm like, yeah, I'm still here.
How long have you been here for?
37 years. 36 as a hired employee and obviously 1 extra year as a temp.
She grew up
But
here.
yeah, I pretty much did grow up here.
I'm
So-
only going on 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're like one of the longest
Just
people here as
FYI,
well.
Yo scared me when I first started here.
Because I am scary. But you know what? Hi to everybody who really actually watches this.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This was a really fun episode, so thank you too for joining me. And we'll see you next time. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
See ya.